Well, Dougie, I think the one word that was picked up on Tuesday night was probably frustration. Frustration in that you've got a great performance and didn't get quite the result.
That's what's been happening this season. It's very unfortunate for the group of players we have that their performance levels have been very good. And the fans have seen that. The fans get right behind them the other night because they've seen the determination and they didn't get what they deserved from the game. The guys in the background that tell me the statistics, with more possession, more shots, but that's, you need to score more goals in opposition. With 2 goals scored, I thought that was enough. So frustrated, yes, we were, but certainly there was a lot of positives to come out of it. I thought young Robert Hall was excellent, a young player, and that's where our club are trying to go. We must face the facts. We got to try and get more academy players through and more hunger from that side of things. And he epitomised what we're trying to do. His drive and his enthusiasm. So it was a good display, and I think if we can keep on having performances like that, it will soon be a matter of time before we can start having a few wins.
I think sometimes it's about belief in the dressing room as well as belief in the manager, isn't it?
Well, I certainly believe in the players because they certainly showed last season that they can perform at a good level in win football matches. It's just not quite went their way. For a few different reasons, we don't want to complain. We want to keep on doing what we're doing. We want to make sure we come in every day and work hard at it. And it's very, very close. As I say, we are a team that need to understand that this division is going to be very tough, and you've got to work for everything. And I've seen certain signs of that on Tuesday night.
Does it leave you scratching your head like it does perhaps the fans that you bossed so many games though at tail end of last season and haven't quite seen that?
Well, I understand what we've got to do. I understand, we've got to keep on preparing. We've got to make sure that we're physically right in every game. And we've got to take our chances when they come. The suggestions that have been, James, that we've been too many times in and around the opposition's box not to win football matches is frustrating. We've got to keep on doing that. There's no way that we'll be lying down and taking our, these defeats or draws. We'll keep on fighting. I believe we've nearly got a group in the dressing room that have got that spirit. There's 1 or 2 additions that I'd like to make, and they come up at the right time. We will be making them. I've also got to look after the longer term of the club, and make sure it's in good hands, of the guys upstairs. And by bringing 1 or 2 younger players in, I think it's the right way to go.
Have you got that sort of flexibility in terms of movement in bringing people in?
Well, it's very difficult because you've got to bring the right type of players in. I only want to bring the right type of players in. If you talk about the loan market, it's very difficult right now. Not a lot of good quality loans out there. So you're pretty much looking at maybe getting into the lower divisions and getting the rough diamonds and polishing them up. I certainly done that. My previous club with a lot of success, and that's pretty much where the club's having to look to go. I do like to work with young players in the training ground, and I think that's the key to our success.
I think the common thing amongst managers now is get me a goal scorer on loan.
Everybody.
It's finding one, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody wants a goal scorer, but 9 times out of 10 you're going to have to pay a lot of money for the goal scorer, and that can be a hurdle that's not always achieved, but I strongly believe that, we've got the capabilities at the football club to score goals. We've got to keep on getting in and around opposition's boxes. As you've seen the other night, we did do that, and we've got to make sure we try and take our chances. Now I've got proven goal scorers at the football club, and Craig Davis and Jermaine Beckford and Davin Ngog, and when they hit a little bit of form, then you soon see us winning games.
I think when people are under pressure and results aren't going the way, every part of your decision making process gets almost highlighted, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's how the other night people start to make questions.
Yeah, listen, I've got no, I don't know if it's called thick skin or nothing between the head, but I've got no problem in doing that. I believe that we're part of a team, and I believe that everybody needs to contribute over the season, and it's up to the manager to make decisions, and tough decisions at times, in terms of to help the team along. And I think it was the correct decision. It doesn't matter who it is, everybody will have their fair crack at the whip in terms of playing, and I thought the 2 centre-halves that come in the other night did fantastically well.
I think when you're discussing moving from being a player to a manager, probably people in the game telling you you'll have rough times. Is this one of those rough times they talk about?
I was very fortunate, since I've been a coach, that it's went very well, but this is a fantastic learning curve. Nothing always goes the way you want it to go. As I say, I've had good success in a short time, and I'll be a better manager for it. There's no doubt, because there's certain, as you've said, you go through every single decision you make and you look at it, and you've certainly been doing that. But I don't see an awful lot wrong, and I understand what you got to go through to have success, and sometimes this is the best way for success. To go through a point that where you're not quite getting what you get. Now we're very fortunate it's the beginning of the season. And we're very fortunate we've got good players here that understand what we've got to do. And the suggestions have shown to me through the last couple of weeks that they're working ever so hard in the training ground to put things right, and that's all you can ask for as a manager.
An owner and a chairman also are patient and want it to work as well.
I think these days you've got to be. I think these days, are gone are the days where you can. Most of the clubs can buy their way out of the division. And we're certainly not one that's going to be doing that. So we've got to be patient. As I say, we've got a fantastic academy in Cat 1 that we're very proud of. We've got to make sure we get younger players through the system there. You've got a manager here who will give give them opportunities and give them responsibility. And we've got to go that way. And I say nurture our own and coach our own. It's very similar to a lot of clubs, and I think owners these days and chief executives all understand that.
I understand if you don't look at the table, but if you also look at the table, it shows you that a couple of wins in Sunday in amongst it, doesn't it?
That's the thing, and that was a key to it last season. That's the key to it. I think this season there's not a lot in the games, James, and there's certainly not a lot on the table. So if you can hit a little bit of form at the right times, you can soon see your side, jumping four or five spots in the one result, and that's something I think that we are. Hopefully it will happen to us, and something I think we've got the capabilities in the group. They're working very hard for each other. I've got no complaints with their commitment, and and the fans seen that. And I think if the fans see that, they will always stick by a team, and they've certainly seen that over the last couple of games. Hence how they're behind the team.
I sometimes think teams like Brighton are perhaps an opportunity because they're playing a way that you like playing. I don't mean to say right to other styles, but it may be a style that perhaps suits you at this time.
The suggestions were like that last year, that we had a couple of decent results against Brighton. They get a different manager, but the same philosophy and roughly the same players. We are preparing ourselves as best we can. We'll be tactically aware of what they do. And as I say, if we can perform the way we've been performing, then we're more than capable of getting that win.
Is this a division that's getting tougher almost by the season, though? Because when you look at the results and the difference between the margins are very small, aren't they?
It is getting tougher because, as you say, there's possibly only a couple of teams in this division that will buy success, but everybody's in the same the same boat in terms of trying to nurture your own and try to buy from the lower leagues, the rough diamonds, and coach them. And I think it's a good thing, I think in this country that we complain that there's maybe not enough coaching. And, the England set up at the top level needs that, so maybe it's a good thing in there that we do stop spending money and we start looking at our youngsters and we start, coaching a lot more. And it's certainly my grounding at my previous club that I had, and certainly something that I'll do at this football club. So that, I think, is the key to anybody's success. That's why the division's so tight, that everybody's trying to be patient with their players and not go out and buy players.
And double sessions as well. Is that every day, or is that just?
That's win, lose or draw, James. I have that no matter what. I believe that the players, they get paid fantastically well, and I think there's nothing wrong with spending a little bit more time at the training ground. When you say double sessions, it doesn't mean you're out the training ground running around for 6-7 hours. There's the scientific approach is very much at this football club that. We look after them on and off the pitch, and it's something that we do and we're very proud of and continue to do, win, lose or draw.
When things are going well, people have said some very nice things to you about a manager. Conversely, now that the focus is that an easy thing to deal with, the focus being on you at the moment, and people saying, well, it's not going well for you?
No, not. Yeah, as you said, I've had some good success over and even when I was managing the reserves at Crystal Palace, I'd had some good success, but this makes you as a person. It's a long road to being successful, because you win a few games doesn't make you successful. It's a long road, and it's a learning road for me as well as a manager, and it's something I'm looking forward to and something I embrace. It's something that I think a lot of managers at the top go through, and I'm certainly a manager that embraces it and looks forward to the next challenge. I'm looking forward to playing against Brighton. I'm looking forward to see my players in hopefully 10 minutes time in the training ground. It's something that I understand when in professional sport you've got to go through, and it's something I'm not shying away from.
Are all those three places, promotion-wise, still up for grabs at Bolton?
They certainly are, because as we just spoke about the closeness of the division, 1 or 2 results can leapfrog you 4 or 5 positions. A run through a certain month can put you up from top to bottom, really. So it's certainly within our grasp. The aim was to be in the top 6 come the end of the season. It's still our aim. We're going through a difficult moment right now. As I said, I'm thankful. We've had that bit of luck. It's at the beginning of the season. and I'm very grateful that we've got another game on Saturday to look forward to try and change that round.
Just a final point, as a player there's always pressure on, especially for a goal scorer. As a manager, is that pressure more intense? Do you feel it more as a manager, simply because your head on the block?
Well,
anyways?
James, the pressure that comes within me will never be greater than anything outside. I put myself in situations that pretty much I've been called. It's a bit crazy at times, and when I played and when I managed, I look forward to huge challenges, and I've had some huge challenges as a manager in my early days and come over them and been better for it. So the pressure will never be greater within my own self, and it's something I look forward to, embrace. It's a challenge for me, and I know when I come through it, I'll be a better person, I'll be a better coach, and I'll understand the game a little bit better.
Top stuff.